Following the tournament along the whole week, we've been playing since Wednesday. You might know that 4 teams have officially qualified for the playoffs. Moybrook, Young, Tremblay, and Steele, the top seeds from each of their respective pools, and then we look at the last stone draw to the button to determine who gets straight through to the semis. So of the 6 teams that will qualify to get straight through to the semis, and by virtue of their lower distances on the last stone draw, that's Moybrook and Young that'll go straight to the semis tomorrow. Those semis will be played tomorrow, Sunday, 10 a.m. And you can tune in. We'll have streaming. You can also come to the club. There's a pretty sweet deal for brunch here. Tickets are $25, and you can choose from one of 3 pretty delicious looking plates and 2 drink tickets for specialty drinks, if you know what I mean. So there's some awesome stuff up at the bar you can choose from. And if I'm missing out on the rocks as we go through, I apologize. Doing this on my own is just a ball. Trying to figure out who's thrown and who's still to throw. I think I got it right here. We got maybe MacIssac's thrown 3. Yeah.
You want to throw it here to save your single sweeper. But not maybe how you're used to throwing. You're used to having the 2 there, being able to straight guard what you need.
I mentioned it's been an open end. We've just seen the teams exchange a series of hits here. So I'll take this time to introduce everybody. Since we have Team MacIssac throwing, you saw lead Chris McCurdy. Now we have Owen Fisher throwing the second. On the right of your screen, that's Nathan Gray, third stones. And the skip, Calan MacIssac in the house. Trying to keep that one straight. Took off a little bit on them. And then for team champ, Xander Elms led us off. Now you're seeing second, Sean Harrison about to throw. The third is Kevin Flewelling. And there he is in the house. That's the skip, Alex Champ. So Sean being asked to play a tight guard here. Team Champ has hammer, so often this early in the end, we're still on second stones. If there's an open house, we're seeing teams play this corner guard. Usually the team without hammer will peel it. Sometimes you'll see someone get really aggressive and go around, but it can get a little risky. So first of the third stones here, Nathan Gray being asked for the peel.
You gotta make it good. This is second Scott Zachary, co-owner of New Scotland Brewing.
Good job keeping that straight enough to roll out. You throw a lot of weight as long as you don't hit it on the nose. The shooter's pretty good chance of rolling out. We've been seeing all through the week a little bit of bite early in the games. The teams throw a limited number of stones up and back for practice before their 2 draws to the button for last stone. And so we're seeing a lot of new paths in the ice early in the end, or early in the game.
So being able to run your own back here, this is the only chance you get to make it.
And if you're paying attention on the women's side of things, presented by Neon Train, the final women's draw was played this afternoon, just before this draw. And we do have those teams that are going through as well. It's Rebecca Morrison, Faye Henderson, Christina Black, Sylvie Quillen, and if I'm reading it right,
outside of the rings.
I'm not reading it right. I'll have to update you because I'll have to double check on my my notes. So the corner guard put back up there.
Got to place this pretty well. If you go too tight, run back's a little easier. But if you go a little bit higher, there might be some sort of chase tap to start to
Clean. Clean.
No mistake there.
Abraham on the sweep, just saying it's a bit heavy at that.
Time for Kevin Flewelling to throw his second stone here. Corner guard again, but they're switching sides. This is the intern path, crossing the center line.
Maybe just making that angle a little more difficult. You want to go maybe straight nose.
Line's fine.
Just waiting for this one to stop. It's close enough that I think Calan can hit and roll in. Doesn't necessarily have to peel it out. They're talking about it. You can hear the front end saying the same. I agree with the front end with the sweepers. Nice to make them make a shot.
Thinking about coming around it, but stop the last. Third last. For one more guard.
So I think Calan's throwing the out turn at this, so outside in, which is the straighter of the two turns. We've seen a lot of movement to the wings, but they'll try and keep this straight and let it go at the end, and doesn't have to roll very far to get in the rings. So first of the skip stones here in the first end.
Yep. Hard.
Working hard to make contact. So that'll roll out.
You hit everything you can see. You might make the triple. I suppose.
An open draw here in the first end for Alex.
This team out of the Remax Center.
No guard on this one. Sweepers want to make sure this is in. If it ends up being a guard, Calan will be pretty quick to go around it, I think.
Everything he can see.
Oh, they're feeling like it's there, though.
Very close. Well, yeah, I think you could hit more than that. Still goes over the top. Unfortunately, what this allows now is Luke Saunders throwing, normally the third, throwing last stones here to single fully areas.
Team MacIssac, they're looking for the hit and stay. They want to keep this rock in and try and force an error.
Chance of the rock.
And right on the nose.
Hopefully he's through security at this point. Oh, and I'm sure
So it's the blank attempt.
get the stream on the plane there.
The teams are keeping track of their shot percentages here. So the blank attempt.
Clean. Yep.
Alex Champ looks good. Good for the blank, so we'll keep a 0-0 score heading into 2.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
And number 2, MacIssac and Champ. MacIssac, their home club. They curl, they're locals for the most part. They curl out a Truro curling club, but spend a lot of time all over different parts of the province. And Team Champ, they curl out of the Royal Canadian Curling Club in Toronto. And I mentioned the result of this game won't impact the playoff situation, but we've got some other games out there that have very real implications. On sheet 1, McDougall Manual at 2-1, vying for a spot in the playoffs. I think they need a win and a little bit of luck. On sheet 8, Smith and Purcell in the same situation. Purcell needs a win, and I think they have, I don't know the results of this draw's last stone draw, but Purcell had the top last stone draw of the 2-1 teams, so if they win, they should be good to be in. And same thing over on sheet 4, Team Thompson versus Shoe. Thompson at 2-1, looking for that win, and hoping their last stone draw is good enough to get them in, because we already know 4 of the 6 spots. So two out of these 3 games will have a spot, and I've got someone joining me.
Or the same.
Hey, Selena, how are you doing?
Rob Beliveau, are you the voice of the guy in Neon Train?
Am I the voice of Neon? No, that is not
whole
me.
ad?
That is my doppelganger. Yeah, I guess I've been accused of being that person in that commercial, which people are seeing a lot of, more than I ever thought they would.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's really, really nice of you to sponsor the women's event here at the Stu Cells. And I know all the curlers appreciate the support. We always very much need it. We don't we don't have as many eyes on us as maybe some of those big sports.
Yeah, well, having been part of the founding of this event with your father, with Stephen, knowing that we were growing it up, starting with the men's event, always wanted to have the women's event. A few years ago, when that opportunity came up to help get that event off the ground, my only requirement was purse parity. I was like, as long as I'm putting my company's money towards something that is equitable, that was the requirement. And of course, it was met very easily here. So, yeah, happy to be part of the event from that perspective, and also just excited to watch this event as being a member of the Halifax Curling Club curling here and seeing all these amazing curlers on the ice that I wish I could curl this well. Not there yet, but fun to watch. So, yeah, fun to be on the mic with you tonight.
Well, we can take a few tips. I feel the same way a lot of the time, especially with the ice so nice. The ice crew led by Adam McKieran, I know all the players are saying it's beautiful surface. It's as close to arena conditions as you can get on the club surface. We're seeing like 15-second draws, hog to hog.
Yeah.
And you can't put a center guard too high because you can dig out something that's behind it.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, the ice crew here has always done a great job. And, besides also the ice being amazing, ton of volunteers from the club helping pull this off. Kitchen, bar, and all the other things. Even here, sweeping the floors, keeping them clean so the dirt doesn't get out onto the ice. There's other little attentions to detail this event does that really sets it apart. So glad to hear the feedback from the curlers, because that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, it's such a nice vibe coming into the club too for this tournament every year now. I think it's just, especially to have the 2 events with the addition of the women's. And this would be the fourth
year for the women's. Yep. 4th year for the women's. So.
Oof. That was a rough miss from Team MacIssac there on Owen Fisher's first. Trying to get the stone out of the side 12 and ended up promoting the corner guard to shot stone right behind the center guard and the center guard. Yeah. Could not have been, all due respect, could not have been much worse. But I think the team is well aware of that.
Early ends. It's early ends.
Yes, and the score is 0-0.
There's time to come back from this.
And really, with the center guard still in play, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, Team Champ, they're happy. They're going to put this corner guard back up, and now they'll be sitting. I think 2. That yellow is definitely out counting the top red.
Yeah, sitting 2 with a nice corner guard out there, and.
I think that's.
Love hearing them on the ice. More mics on the ice this year than the last couple of years, so
it's really nice.
All of them out there talking about where they're at.
I like this call. I know it seems super attractive to get rid of the corner guard and run it into the center, but I think at this point you've got that center guard. Why not close down the scoring area, right?
For sure.
It's good. Little big.
Following us on the stream, so thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. We really like the participation, so we'll try to do some trivia later. We want to hear where you're watching from. Let us know. And,
Sweeper's working hard to get this there, though, and it's just going to come up light. Another center guard line would have been great if it were.
Well,
6 feet more. It's hard because you do learn that with the limited practice. And,
right.
You do learn things as you go to some extent, so you're always hoping that your guess is right. So another draw around the corner here. Team Champ, they're eyeing a big end if they can keep things separated. You hear Alex saying he wants it behind the tee line for Sean.
Yeah. Really want to take full advantage of that corner guard, and even that one at the top, that outside 12 is going to give them another level of protection, although they're going to tap that, and still nicely behind the corner guard. But does give an option for MacIssac to come in and
3/4, 2/3.
bit of a hit and roll in behind. Don't know how this shooter stays above T-line though.
Yeah, I don't know that they're that worried. They're facing 3 or 4 if they don't get something in that forefooot area. So I think
just want to make some go away.
Yeah, have something in there. Even an overcurl and just sit behind the guard will outcount that side.
Would be fine, yeah.
Side 12.
Something I like to do, Selena, when we're on the commentator box is ask people where they're watching from. So I'm going to ask our viewers out on the stream to just put in the chat where they're watching from. And
they had an unlucky and then they got a lucky there.
As we watch that shot curling. And now there's a stack of 4 red in a row just piled in there.
You can't really plan for these two shots that have happened so far in this end, and yikes. So those yellows, Team Champ, they got to do a bit of work to make them count. There's a little bit of stagger to these rocks. So you hit it a bit off center, you should get them all jiggled. But
maybe 2 go away, maybe.
First shot in the second end, Kevin Flewelling. That's really nice.
Opens it up.
Oh, just that red stone stuck behind the corner guard. It's second shot. So that's the only little bit of frustration there for Team Champ.
You're gonna throw the same based on that ice.
Rob, you're gonna have to remind me. I'm trying to do the rocks.
Yeah, I was on this booth. I was on this booth the other night, and I was like, not used to keeping up on the rocks on the screen too. So
I think it's an awesome tool that we get to use. It's just our first year.
Yes.
Got more mics, more tech, more.
Well, 2 nights ago, I was over with the folks who are commentating on 8 Allen, and we were talking about wanting to have teleprompters with the the iPads being able to show where we would put the rock and what we would do. And the production folks didn't listen to our requests, but viewers at home understand that we would want to try to provide that to you, and maybe next year.
I would worry that we would just screw everything up and break the machines if we were given that power. I think I understand why there's only one person that does that ever on a broadcast.
Normally.
We're all super enthusiastic here, so we just all want to use all the different tools. But we got to figure this one out first.
Got to figure this out first.
So it was a nice shot there from Nathan Gray on his second to roll behind the center guard. Forcing a difficult shot.
This is gonna catch that guard. Just slightly catch it.
That was the slightest of touches.
Just a bit.
And what a change in the end.
Both teams, though, on that same hit path have been just a little tight on a couple of them. They've really been struggling with that ice.
Yeah.
Team MacIssac sitting 2, and I know the guards moved over a tiny bit, but after what we thought might have been a 3 or 4 stacking up for Team Champ, chance to sit 3 here for MacIssac.
Jeez. Did you see that?
How did you start to think about it too? Where did you make your second point? I think Greg's shot is right there.
So I think this is top 4 foot, Rob? Trying to bring it in.
I think so. Yep.
I think 15-5 is T.
I think top 8 would be okay too. The button's pretty closed off.
Just want to take back that run back.
Yeah.
That one outside of that guard out in the 2 zone, if we want to call it the 2 zone, but
Is that the straight rock?
First to skip stones here in the second. Calan MacIssac looking to sit 3. Buried.
It's real close.
This should be the faster side.
I'd like to hit that a little thinner.
Top 4.
Jam.
T-line.
Potentially
Back
brings
T.
up blank.
They might have to play a plan B here with the curl.
yeah.
Weight's getting better.
There it goes.
Coming in. They wanted top 4, what I thought I heard them call. Top 8.
Yeah, a little surprising.
Yep.
It really took a turn. So it ended up pretty good. They wanted it a foot or 2 heavier, but I think that's a pretty good effort there.
Another draw at 8:30, I believe it is. Sorry, 8:15.
The run is there, but the jam is still there too.
Yeah, if the redstone were a little deeper in the rings and you run the yellow, at least then your raised rock could be shot over
Right.
the side red.
But I
now
think
it's
even
not.
if that yellow hits, they'd be sitting 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think you just want to
2.
clear the button and have a shot on your last at this point, right? You just heard Xander saying that they saw this shot already on Kevin's, the run back with all the red rocks lined up on the center line. So that ran pretty straight, or at least they held it.
They held it. Yep.
Close. Yep.
Going hard, looking for a
Going
hair
hard.
high.
Yes, yes.
One.
Oh.
Jams.
That was almost perfect.
Figure out how he gets his 2 here.
You know that phrase, so close yet so far away.
So far away.
That guy's finger is like shredding.
Don't know who they're talking about, but we'll keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
Is this our annual reminder?
Yeah. If you haven't got new grippers this year, you should go to your local curling store and make sure you're not leaving debris on the ice. That's basically what they just told the other team there. That we heard. I don't think the other team heard that, but
No.
clearly the team's focusing on the ice, watching that, and that's why you see them a lot of times sweep the ice before they take the shot to get any of that out of there.
A sweeper's job.
Yep.
Clean the throwing path. Or the slide path, I guess.
So MacIssac here with an interesting opportunity to potentially even steal.
Yeah, I think he's trying to secure the steal. The button's not really... I don't think the pin's accessible at all.
No, I don't think there's a draw on that outside to get to it.
It's moving now.
There's maybe an in off from that one at the top 12, but for now, MacIssac wants to get this in, and definitely now the draw is.
Ooh, did he give
Did
Alex
he give
a
just
shot?
enough to put that there and hit a draw nose there and get the button?
More to get by that.
I think so. We couldn't see the pin before,
No, we
and
couldn't.
there's just enough room. It's not an easy shot, and it's against 2 and the button and 4 foot, but
Yeah, and
it's there.
Coming in a little late myself to this end, I don't know if we've seen a lot of draws down this side, have we?
No, they Team MacIssac had one, and they came up really light, like 8 feet light, but that was with full sweeping. So they think this path is a little slower. This side of the sheet's a little slower. Big shot here. Facing 3, but 2 of them right on the 4 foot in the button. Alex Champ, can he get to the pin?
With a big weight, you ever get it wrong, it's an easy 2. So I quite like that. You jam up the 4 foot.
Line only.
Really hard on Craig.
Backboard. Whoa, whoa, then, whoa.
We'll see if
Sounds like
this
it's a little
slows
heavy.
down. They're thinking, but they didn't watch the other one slow down.
As long as they're around that top, the one in the 12, they have a little bit of backing there, so they can be a little bit heavy, but they got to make sure that line's in.
Look at this.
Coming in and a hit, and
Oh my.
they got
Beauty. That's
Wow.
good for 1 for Team Champ.
What?
You see
you see them all swiping their foreheads like, woo!
sweat off the
They-
brow. Great shot.
Great shot.
Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
You hear Xander there. Just caught the end of that. He said, "We played really well that end, guys." And he's right. They did. That was one of the stranger ends I think I've seen in a while. Should we do some updates,
Well, there was
Rob?
a lot stacked up there for
Yeah.
sure. Updates. So where are we at over on sheet 1? We've got McDougall and Manuel in end number 2. Still
Or maybe they just suck at posting the score.
Still nothing. Down to last stone over there. Looks like
Yeah, some blanks.
Team McDougall has a straight hit for 1 or a hit to blank, and I would assume they're. Oh no, they have a.
Oh, a draw.
No, they've got to try to draw for 1. Sheet 8 over on our other streamed sheet. We've got Team Purcell against Team Smith, and they are in the second end. Purcell up by 1, and Smith is now on his last stone.
Gets a draw for 2.
Drawing for 2 to the button, just like what we saw on our sheet. So that's going to be a tight one there. Not that we want you to leave our stream and go over there, but you've got 10 seconds to watch the finality of that shot. Looks like it's gonna. Yeah, they got
Might
2.
have made it.
They got 2.
Wow.
That puts Smith up 2-1 over Purcell going into third.
Yeah, and that's a must-win.
Must win. Yep, must win. Our sheet, you know where we're at, and then over sheet 4, the Thompson family over there. I'll let you update that one, Selena.
I haven't been watching, but it's also a must-win for Team Thompson. In case you didn't know or didn't catch, my last name is also Thompson, and my little brothers are on that sheet. They play together.
Must
and
win.
they're in a must-win, and they scored a single. They're playing Team Shoe from Newfoundland. Team Shoe got a deuce in the second, so they're up 2-1, playing the third. But I won't pay too much. I actually haven't been watching. I didn't know the score at all.
I know, I put you on the spot there, but that was just so you could get back to the family roots, and now we're back here with MacIssac and Champ. Into the third end. Low scoring events across all the sheets, really.
Doesn't move the stick. That is very much young.
Oh,
We
man.
misreported on sheet 8 there, that update. We thought Smith was going to have 2, and it looks like after a measurement, I think they only got 1. So
Their excitement just
one
got
all,
us.
one all over there.
Oh. Curl. Yep, hard, Xander. Hard.
This team, Champ, I mentioned they curl out of the Royal Canadian Curling Club. We asked teams what their key events are this season, and so many of them were kind enough to say, yeah, this one, obviously. But this team, Spiels, they play a lot of the Stu Sells events, and I think their big goal, even though they're being a little kind about it, is to win the Ontario Tankard.
Well, it's not an unreasonable goal. I feel like most teams in this event would be wanting to win their provincial or territorial event. So glad to have them here and hoping it's contributing to their curling season. And that's all they can ask for.
Team MacIssac.
We've had a little bit of engagement on the stream here.
They want to get back to the junior nationals. I guess it's
Backswing.
U20 here in Nova Scotia now. I don't know
Yeah.
all the changes, but because of the age changes
There's been
and
a few bracket changes.
yeah, and so they'd love to actually win junior nationals and go to Worlds. It would be a year away, and that's.
It's great. We've seen a couple teams here on the men's side and a couple on the women's that are considered, U teams or youth teams to be playing at this level against all these other teams would be a real motivator and also hopefully a growth for them to play at this level in this kind of an event.
It's really nice to see. I find it's nice to just know, like, as the teams grow up, you watch them in the U20s, U18s. There's some nice spiels. The OVCA is this weekend with junior women's team Regan playing.
Right.
And so watching them grow up through the ranks and then mix and mingle with the men's and women's and win some games. So a roll out there from Team Champ and Sean Harrison. Open draw here for Owen Fisher.
Puts it just a little bit behind T, which is not where they would have wanted that to be. So
I find, at least here, like, you'll see sometimes people play the freeze and try and force a miss when it's behind the tee. I've not been noticing that a lot this week.
No.
I think the rocks are lively enough. The ice is quick and the houses are fairly active, or lively.
Here it comes. Bending.
So Those freezes tend not to work out so well when,
no.
it's not that hard to peel them out. So just the hit call here for Kevin.
Thin half, the other side. So now Greg can ignore that and looks to come top 4 behind his own guard.
Right on the nose. Oops. Giving Nathan credit too quickly for his throw.
It's a little warm as well. It didn't touch the room to it at all. He's folks out on the other side.
And that's nicely done.
Nice hit. Sticks around. I think this is going to be one of those ones where we're going to see these traded for the next 6 stones.
So I have a really important question.
Okay, go for the question.
Where are you going to be tonight?
After this game? Me, personally?
Tonight. Yeah, where should everybody be?
Oh,
Where are
everyone.
you going to be?
Well, I will be here on the booth because I'm with you for this and then the next game. But everyone should be at 948 South Bland Street, Halifax Curling Club. Free admission. Free. That means $0 to come in, watch this amazing curling, and also take part in some great entertainment.
Are you sure it's free?
It's very free.
Okay.
Very, very free. Leaves more money for you to decide to invest on beverages or food, or the silent auction that's also going on right now.
Yes, you can check that at halifaxcurl.com.
And there's also some free oysters tonight, 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Courtesy Murphy Hospitality Group, long-term sponsor of this event. Amazing to have them part of this, and the Gahan Patch upstairs going on tonight with the East Coast Party. And we've got Stompin' Tunes this evening. We'll be commentating. I'll be commentating while the Stompin' Tunes are starting, but you can go watch curling and be part of the Stompin' Tunes all night long. It's free.
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 There's someone I follow online on Instagram, and anytime someone says something is free, I think of him, and everything is free 99.
Free 99.
But this is for real. Come on in, join. It's always a ball. The oysters are conveniently on right after we're finished here.
I know. We have a little break, and Celtic Tune starts at 8:30 tonight, and East Coast band She Nova is coming in. Bar specials all night with Gahan and Colliding Tides beverages. And our little cheat sheet as commentators tells us that admission is free.
Wow. Thank you.
So, yeah, no, we're being told that. There's also, even tomorrow, a semifinals brunch starting at 10 a.m. catered with Hungry Man plate waffles with bacon or breakfast burrito. And it includes 2 specialty beverages, Caesars and mimosas. So don't let the party stop tonight. Let it roll into tomorrow. Come back to the Halifax Curling Club and take advantage of some of that food, some of those beverages, and all of that. All the information on this can be found at halifaxcurl.com. So hope to have you down here. Watching it online is fun and also free, but the real fun is here. So come on down. As Celine and I find reasons to trade notes as we watch these two teams trade hits on the sheet. Would love to commentate on the strategy or the release or something to do with these hits, but really there's not much to talk about, is there?
They're making them. There's not a lot of mistakes here with the open hits.
No.
And sometimes the teams just agree that's what they're going to do. Good time to remind everybody as Alex comes down to throw his last shot here in the third, that this is all gearing up for the women's and men's quarterfinals. That's tonight.
Big games.
Huge games.
Money games. Money
Yep.
games.
Yeah. And you're in, and single elimination, so it's 4 of the 6 qualifying teams per division will be playing tonight in the quarterfinals, and the winners will meet the respective teams that have made it through to the semis tomorrow at 10 a.m. and the finals, both the men's and women's, being played tomorrow at 2 p.m. So if you come for brunch at 10 a.m., you can just hang out and stay around.
Yep. Might as well.
And after all of these hits, I really hope that Calan makes it for the blank.
We'll find out in a second.
I hadn't given him credit for having hammer most of the end, so I'll try and keep that correct next time.
Oh, yeah.
We have instruction from Team Christina Black. An hour of instruction there for $30.
Last shot here for Calan MacIssac, looking to take out this last stone of Champ and blank the end so they can move into N3. Champ still up 1-0, and
I should probably buy it as well, too.
move on for another round of strategy.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
Art piece, it's going to be over Scott's shoulder in a second. Current bid, I believe, is $45 for that. Named Thelma.
We're back here at the 2024 Stu Sells 1824 Halifax Classic. I'm Selena Thompson. Rob Bellavos with me. Thanks for joining, Rob.
Thanks, Selena. Always a blast.
I feel like there's a competition.
There's a little competition that's about to emerge that our fellow commentating booth has decided to commandeer something from the silent auction to promote it. And now I feel the need to do the same. So I might leave you here for a second while I go do the same.
They call it a duck, but it's truly a
They
mallard.
duck, but what can we get? Do you trust me, Selena, to go get something?
I have no trust in you, Rob. But,
I wonder if
I believe
our
that you'll get something.
22 viewers online here right now are going to trust me to leave for a second and go find something.
Absolutely.
Slowly towards the blank.
So stick around, otherwise you'll see, we'll try to run that corner guard.
We gotta go this. Out!
So we're getting a bit of setup here with the center guard from Team Champ there. Lead Xander Elms. He's 28. We've got everybody's occupations, so I may as well tell you this end, what everybody does or is studying. He's a senior product manager. I don't know what. You could be that at a number of different vocations, so big mystery. Chris McCurdy.
You know, it's edge on edge. Not an automatic throw here.
Oh, sorry. That I got my stones mixed up. Xander's throwing now. That was Chris McCurdy throwing the corner guard. Xander throwing now. So with the red stones, Chris McCurdy, he's 18. He's still in the junior ranks. He's in high school, grade 12. And he happens to be a dairy farmer as well, which I didn't know until this weekend. I don't know how he finds the time to curl. You got to be up
A tennis pro.
the very wee
Athletic individual.
hours in the morning to do that.
I haven't found anything he's not good at. Got a general.
There's Chris. Chris holds the broom. You might have noticed. We have our what we think of as like traditional curling lineups, but then you can have all kinds of variations. And so in Chris's case, he throws lead and holds the broom for Calan.
Head up, world.
Coming off here. Away, and
That was a drag from the sweepers to get that to the button.
or sorry, he's gonna stick this.
Yeah, I mean, we were out in the boondocks.
What an effort.
You awake?
I did actually not know that. That would've been a good scout.
Now we've got Sean Harrison, 39 years of age. He's an electrician.
Line's okay. Oh. Kevin.
Looking to lay this one right on top.
Whoa.
It is not curling. That much difference in the speed. Sweepers had to take the red stone and drag it there. That stone was there on its own and just didn't get quite as much curl.
Sorry. How's the speed here, Chris?
For Luke,
Pick a spot that you want to see.
that's not a splittable rock. I asked that earlier.
Owen Fisher's first.
Look and see what this line does.
He's 17. He's studying agriculture business at the Dow Agriculture Campus in Truro. Really trying to get this to curl. It looks like it has all kinds of weight. Starting to grab. We got Nathan working end to end on those two last shots. That one just hung out a little too much. Not in an ideal position. You can see here, Sean should be able to lay one right in the pocket.
Weight's good. Yep. Xander, hard.
Scott's on it.
Coming down. Yep. No, we're not. Yep.
So we're back at it.
And this one light over curling.
Tie game, 1-1. Team Purcell with
That lighter weight just grabbing the curl a little sooner.
Purcell's almost boarding time. What time is it now? 5:30?
Like back 12.
At that point where you're about to load, I guess.
So Kalen's thinking
Near the gate.
He said at least at the gate, yeah.
Owen can get in there.
Being told there's no room for
Yeah, a little less.
Never any carry on, but he's probably got a check bag with the broom.
Yeah. Probably.
This will definitely be weight sensitive, but it's Owen's second chance in the same path. He's throwing a little more weight.
Form. Back 8, back 12.
Nice shot.
Rob has found us an item. I think it's of the same ilk, same maker. No, different. We'll give you an update here. So they got that
Halifax Curling Club.
almost across the face of the red, but it's in a pretty good position.
Tap the center one. Yeah.
Altitude starting at 8:30. Bar specials all night. I've already been.
Not a lot of good ways to hit that red situation, I don't think.
There for $6. And
Alex is feeling like Kevin on his first is going to have to get something else in there.
Well, we have to lose the stagger.
oh, cute.
Not really bad. That's probably really bad.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
I thought you'd like
That's a good one.
it. So the high quarter guard.
They talked about a raise on the center.
You get both of these and stick it here. Okay. Because like if we run that into here, these are both gone.
John doesn't mind attack.
Very smooth.
It's really precise.
The yellow also takes away the draw to the button.
The first thing I saw down there was maybe up here, but I don't love the stagger.
Yeah, like if we make that, they're just lobbing another one in here. If they get it like way over here, we don't even have that run.
Good enough.
So
Play the hit on it. If you're too close to that center guard, you don't lose your line.
I like the thinking here, because I agree you can play a hit on those reds, but I don't think you're ever losing the shot stone.
Test your curling knowledge.
Or you're planting something and then you don't have a raise.
wider weight, not try and kill this, just kill the back and leave your
Earlier
run
today,
in here.
I asked in what year did Paul Fleming, can't remember. In what year
I agree. I just worry that like then they loop one in here and then we're What do we do?
Yeah, I think a yellow needs to be in that pocket.
Knowing all my branded history.
Rob, you want to show everyone?
Yep. We're going to show it
we've
here.
got?
If you can see in the stream right now, I've brought down something from the silent auction, which is the PVC folk art butterfly. You can see it here. It's covering my face because it looks better than my face. And you'll see it here leaning against the laptop for the rest of the game, if it stays up here. And you should really go to 32 auctions and look up the Halifax Curling Club silent auction to bid on this guy. It is beautiful. It'll be great wall art for you in your house, your deck.
It looks like it's exterior.
It could be extra. Well, it's PVC.
Perfect.
How can you go wrong? Unlike our counterparts on the other stream, that their art is probably a little more indoor. Ours can be anywhere. Right now, the winning bid, you'd get this for $22. Come on, $22?
It's a steal. It's
Yeah.
the right color, too.
Yeah,
Purple
no,
is
it's
just
perfect. It's perfect.
magnificent.
So go to the website, 32auctions.com, and check this out. PVC Folk Art Butterfly by Terry Doyle. So we're going to be featuring this all game today.
And in the meantime, the team made a decision. They're going to play the bigger weight run here.
Now I get it back in the game. So what's going on? What's going on? See a lot of stones there around the house.
We've had some intern draws, and we've had some be a little bit heavy,
Okay.
a little bit wide. And Team Champ, though, they're seeing that their rocks are at the back of the 4 foot. So they need to get another one in the front of things. Top 4. This is the run.
They're going to catch it and opens it up.
And they didn't like the stagger on the front guards either.
No.
So now, obviously, there's only one, so there's no stagger. I think it's a pretty good result for them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
probably looking at maximum 2 for Team MacIssac as a result.
I don't mind around.
This guy got it, no problem.
I just heard from our
I think if you come around here, Team Champ doesn't have much choice. They got to play this little hit.
Yeah. All the votes are in.
How do you get there?
Yeah.
A wide intern?
Does that open up Champ to have the run on their guard back for a double, though?
Yep. Yep.
It's the only thing I wonder about that call, but we'll see here.
I think that's the part about curling that takes the longest, is not always thinking about what your shot could be, but what you're going to leave
What
the
you're
other
going to
team.
leave. Yep.
If we do this, then they have this. If we do this, this one is warm. They need it to stop.
Little hot. It's going to roll to the back of the 4 and probably be, no.
That's probably going to hurt MacIssac's
Third
team
stone.
more than help
Third
it.
stone.
You heard the sweeper saying
Well, it gives
it's
Champ
quick.
some backing, right?
Yeah.
Or you could just do that.
Yeah, if you hit that right on the nose, both reds go. They're not that worried about the back red. I think
No.
they're just looking at the
No.
Better result.
the flop under.
Yeah.
More of a force.
I actually think they want to keep that back red there.
Yeah.
It's in their best interest to leave it there to be a catcher for their yellow there on the back 4.
So we can suggest it's unlikely to be a scoring rock in the back 8.
They're playing the 4th and lots of rocks and playing.
I told everybody so far what the leads and the seconds did for work. Kevin, same role as Xander, a senior product manager. I just don't know what field. We'll have to improve that questionnaire next year.
Product manager is a very broad role.
Yes. And then Nathan throwing his second here. He studies engineering at Dalhousie. I don't think he has broken off into a specialty yet, so maybe next year
Yeah.
we'll get to find out what that is.
So we watch these teams grow coming through the event.
Okay, so this trivia question Also Colin Jones related.
Okay.
We're gonna let the chat.
Yeah. We'll let them.
So they got lucky with a roll out there on the hit from Kevin. Nathan has another chance to make this draw.
Scotty's tight.
Oh,
After the end of what don't you
sounding like it might be a little hot, a little heavy, but we'll see.
seconds you chime in.
Nathan thought so, but the sweepers were on it right away.
They're on it pretty good. Yeah.
And as we've seen, when it catches the curl, it slows down. They're trying to just get this by the guard, now get it into the 4-foot. I don't think they're going to make the 4. Full
No.
8 is where it'll stop.
Just stops there. But that's still a usable stone for them. Although it is behind the champ guard out there at the top, just outside of the 12.
Yeah, it blocks the yellow at the back 4-foot as well. It's going to be a hard one to remove for the MacIssac team. So I think Alex seeing the opportunity to just put another one in the 4-foot
Yeah,
here.
throw one in.
They'll try and curl it as much as they can and not have a raise, red, yellow.
I have an extra question on this one for you. For those folks who don't know, Alan's not originally from Nova Scotia. He joined us from the other direction, BC. And I want to see if he's earned his Nova Scotia strike as a Nova Scotia curler. Next question.
Oh no.
Any Nova Scotia curler?
16-2 made it to top 8. That is fast.
Yeah, pretty quick.
We're used to. Do you time? Do you use timers? Your league that you play in?
I'm getting there. Yeah. No, I do use timing. We selectively use timing, I guess.
What position do you play, Rob? I
Second.
don't know.
Typically second. Yeah, typically second.
So you're
I get the hodgepodge of shots.
so you're
some hits,
timing the
some
other
draws.
team's hog to hog, but are you typically doing the short split, like back to
More
hog?
splits.
for
Yeah,
yours?
more splits for us. Yeah.
So buried, and even though that guard is high, Greg's considering.
But there's always that translation. What does that mean in the longer distance,
Right.
and what does that
For
mean
sure.
for where it ends up? That one came up a little light there from Alex. They knew it was light, so just let it curl and try and block some draw path there.
Walking us through the thought process there.
I feel like generally some of these draws have been a little more light this game in total than heavy for sure. Just a little misreading there. And that one being light, that wasn't in the sweeper's hands at all. That was just a little bit light.
Yeah, not much you can do. You don't want to promote the red stone in
No.
shot position. That would have been not good.
Saturday night, draw number 15.
They're talking about Calan's release. I haven't heard them talk about that before, what he does differently than the rest of the team. They're thinking this is there. I think it's tough too. Like, it seems like you would want to. Your red stones here from MacIssac. You'd want to hit that yellow, but I don't know that you can get it out of the 8-foot. You can't see enough.
Well, that's pretty much where I had it. Middle.
And we do see these rocks when they're out this wide. They're tracking a bit, and this is wider than anyone else has gone. So
Yeah, I don't think they've been out this far for a while.
Buried one. I guess that one's not buried.
I think you come over to the other side.
here you hear the comment.
Whack that yellow.
Greg ever
Did it do
risk
anything for you?
drawing himself.
Shot?
Half open, up 4 foot.
So just a straight draw.
Like,
As we wait for Luke and
Top 4 on there.
call, I just want to remind folks that we are still going tomorrow morning. We got the semifinals and the finals on for $25. You get yourself a ticket to the semifinal brunch. You get breakfast. Your choice.
So let's see.
Your choice of Hunger Pan plate, scrambled eggs, bacon sausage, waffles.
Sweepers.
Tea is a little
there.
deeper than what they wanted.
It's curling now,
Back
though.
tea. It's curling, but it's heavy.
They might need a wick.
It's probably going to come down onto their other in the back 8 by the looks of it.
Most for Sears.
They want that to stop.
Just stops a little bit. All right. So
It's
they're
shot. But.
so they've got 1,
But.
2. No, they're shot.
That was just a foot
Camp
heavy,
2.
Rob.
Yep.
So you see Alex has the freeze. And he can put this into the 4-foot, a stone lighter. I think that's a hard, I don't know how Calan gets in. Might have to go the other direction, play the intern
I was going to
draw.
say the other direction, which none of them have been down this whole end. Actually, the last couple ends, they've not been down that side at all. So.
No, and it moves so much inside out, too.
Yeah.
I'm wishing right now there was a
teleprompter. See, now we're into the teleprompter. we need the teleprompter. We hope you're enjoying the stream. Sometimes it's hard to articulate what we're trying to say, where we think the stone should be, could be, and where it wants to go without having that technology. But maybe in the next year or two we'll get there. So
this
here,
is
the
a
sweeper
little
stays
wider.
not there. A little outside there, caught an extra line, a little slower. Bringing it in, but I think it's going to just stop short.
Takes away that side of the sheet, though. So how do you get your second point? I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, they have...
The first win. First Charlotte.
How do they get their 2?
Yeah, they're looking at board. They'll lose their back red. The yellow will jam. It's just how
It's a long raise for that guard that's sitting up there in the lonely 2 zone under the Stanhope Simpson logo.
Can they ever tick the top red in for second shot? Like if they overcurl and just tick the one that's in the top 8? I don't know if that
How
one.
do they tick it though? They gotta hit that outside yellow, double red in.
No, I just mean if this overcurls,
Yeah.
they might tick it in. A plan B. Well, and while we're still in the end, getting ready for last rock, I told everybody else's occupations and studies. Calan is the oldest member of the team, and as a result, he's the only one who can try the PEI brewing products, because we have a question about that. And
What was
he
the
works
answer to
for
that?
Trail Landscaping. He wants to try them all.
Try them all.
Can't imagine why at 20 years of age.
Shocking. Shocking.
So let's see. This looks like the board weight. Hit and stay. Trying to find a way into the 4-foot.
Clean that back.
4th end, final stone. Low scoring game. Both teams playing really strength and conservative to not give up a lot. And this one's going to come in.
Oh, you got to
And they
buy.
get it by.
Oh, wow. Well done for Team MacIssac
He says,
after all
yeah. He
that.
says, yeah.
2 points on the
2
board.
points. They had to work for that one.
Looks bad. Trusted Scotsman will hold it straight.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series. But you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Maybe time for an update here as we.
Well, let's do an update. Let's go around the world.
Rob can see the sheet, and I can't see the
I
thing.
can see some sheets more than you, and you can see some sheets
Yes.
more than me. So, sheet 1, we've got McDougall and Manuel over there. And in the 4th end, we've got Manuel up 2-0. And still a couple of rocks left to play there, with Manuel sitting 2. Sheet 8, Team Purcell and Smith. We just heard a big roar of sweeping over there, and I think Team Purcell pulled off 2, which would put them up now
Back at it, it is
3 to
1.
3 to 1. So tight game there. Our game, you see the score because you're listening to us. And over on sheet 4, back to the Thompson rink. I'll let Selena update on that one because, I'm close to home.
They're playing the 5th end. Thompson has hammer. Shoe is up 3 to 2. They're pretty decently into the 5th end too. They're on mate rocks.
Yeah, they're I was like 5th, 4th, 3rd. They're moving along at light speed and
pretty clean end there in that game.
These games here at the Stu Cells 1824 Halifax Classic are not timed like many others you'll see on the Slam or on the Tour. The organizers certainly ask the teams to play as quick as reasonably possible and not call mysterious times outs and hold things up because we do have a schedule to hold to, but great to see some teams ahead of the time.
Some of them listen, some not.
Yeah.
It's hard. It is really like it's a practice as well. Like when you don't have those timers on, you feel like, okay, this is our chance in a tournament, in a game to like talk about these things as a team, but you don't really want to be doing that multiple times an end. But it's hard when you're in the moment to remember that maybe you should just make a decision.
So we're here in the 5th with Team MacIssac up 2-1 over Champ in a really close game where both teams, Lynn, are not taking a lot of chances. They're playing really, strong and conservatively. What do you think the next couple ends line up for these two teams?
Yeah, often we'll see teams not really want to do anything in the odd ends like the 5th and the 7th. But I think a team that really kind of goes for it could be rewarded, and we're actually seeing that with the center guard and a come around and a corner guard and a come around. So I actually really hope that, especially for Champ here with hammer, really has a good go at it and just try and get a few points here. But it'll always involve risk. You're usually making a call that deep down in I love hearing the players. It's light.
We could say we think it's light, but they already told you. Making the skip adapt to what their strategy was going to be. Although I think that ran in a little further than they thought.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
As a thrower, when your sweeper's sliding out or going out as you're sliding with your throw.
Yeah.
And before you let go, they sometimes will give you a little nudge, like give me something.
Yep. I once threw a stone and had a skip drop their broom on me, and I knew that was going to be a bad stone.
Just you mean for line?
Yeah, for everything.
No
It was just
cares.
that bad. The skip was like, no, it's just that bad.
I am the skip on my team, so
You would never do that to your team, would you?
I don't always hit the broom. Fully admit that my outturns have been tight this year. I think that's a characteristic, which is weird. Yeah.
Just checking in here as we watch these stones be traded. Some aggressive moves here at the beginning, and now a little open up. Shifting gears to our silent auction here at the Halifax Curling Club, we've got the PVC folk art butterfly. So I'm just going to put that up while we have the TV here. Our butterfly, we're looking to outbid the other sheet that has a mallard. Not sure that they're
I
paying
think they're
attention.
still
to us.
calling it a duck. So
Or a
it's,
duck. So they have
well,
the duck.
no, it is a mallard though. So in terms
Yeah.
of like
No.
being correct, I think people should support
Yep.
our PVC butterfly. I just want to touch it.
$21 right now. You can have this for
It's spray
$21. It can be used outdoors, indoors. You can put it wherever you want. Great little piece of art. You should bid on that. 32auctions.com. Look up the Halifax Curling Club auction and help us out on the sheet, would you? Put in the
You need
bid.
to know it's like dimensions are about just over a foot by a foot for placement in your home.
That's right.
That one ran a little straight there on Owen. What am I doing? Sorry. Fixing the rocks.
Same way, Sean.
So Sean Harrison's first, his run back over curled and just missed the rock in the ring. So he's going to have a second go at it now. Could sit 3-2. That top 12 isn't in.
2. Yep. Well, running a little outside, asking for that sweeper to try to push it down and curl the stone.
Ooh, nice plan B from Alex. He was, as soon as he knew they weren't making the run, he thought, well, how can we hit it and get a second one in the rings? I don't think Calan can ignore that now.
No. You see him right away going over there to call for the hit and roll. They're going to try to hit this and duck under that guard that's sitting outside there.
Control. What are we doing?
Little talk about the weight that they want to throw. And of course, more weight's Lena, more risk of running it out and not sticking around. And I think they want to have this stone stick around, hey?
Yeah, and I think the control weight's nicer to.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be specific about where you're rolling, that must be a key word that they use as a team. I've heard a couple times. Wonderful. It's positive. This
It seems like a little more than control, though.
yeah.
A little more normal than get the nose, stick, runs into the ring. So made the hit, but I think control would have saw that flop under their guard, eh?
Yeah, there were a couple rolls you could take, and one kind of medium behind the corner guard, and probably could have rolled decently big and kind of come up against the one in the center line area. So the shooter too didn't roll far enough to get second shot.
No.
So this is a play for Kevin Fluelling to sit 2. I think they can get I didn't see the call from Alex. Are they playing for the roll to the corner?
Yep.
Board.
My goodness, okay. Would not try.
You're strong. Curl.
It's a hit and roll to the corner. Once they get past this guard, they hope to hit and then roll under. And they're going to roll. Will it be too far? Will they sit? Yeah, just maybe a little further than they want it. Probably need to just be a little closer on that rock.
Missing a sliver.
Back four's a little heavy here.
I think I like normal more.
Want to go
Jeez,
swing
just don't
around
want to take
this.
our own.
You don't need much weight. You can make it with this. You only got to move that.
Okay.
I think Caelan's thinking if
Do we make it with 3/4?
Yeah.
Okay.
play it safe and
Make it with 4 with 3/4.
I like control. That looks like a ton of ice. Can I have a smidge less?
I feel like they went round circle to get to the same spot there where it wasn't control at the beginning, but then it ended up control at the end.
Yeah.
And they're both like, that's the safe place to go.
yeah, you just can't touch your own.
There you go.
Nathan's first one was out there a little bit, so they jumped the sweep on this one, but now they have to curl it.
And I smelt it come in, and I was like,
Oh, that went easy. They wanted to keep the shooter, and they do. After all that, it was made.
Close.
I think they can get it wherever we put it in there.
And you kill nothing really. I mean, we could find things to do, but we don't. So I really don't.
Yeah, I like fighting 8.
So Team MacIssac sitting the 2. Team Champ with hammer. They got to get something going on here. Looking for the draw.
Yeah, they got to duck something under there. I mean, they have a lot of place to go.
Just realizing we had a final on sheet 1, but we only ever saw, it only went to 4 ends. They didn't play the 5th.
Wow.
The McDougall manual game, and I saw
We
Jeff
missed-
Marr in here off the
We
sheet.
missed
So
something, clearly.
yeah, Brent was drawing against a few, so it could have just been a miss.
I think line was good. Line only. Curl.
So looking to bring this one in behind
They
the
don't
red.
want this. They don't want it too deep either,
They
right?
can't. They can't be behind T. If they're behind T, there's just too much room. But this is cool. But it. Yep. No. That's pretty much in line with the guard, and still deep enough though that MacIssac can get to it. We could probably dig it out either way if they really wanted to. Just depends where they want to leave their shot rock.
Rob, I have to interrupt.
Yeah.
Coach Craig Burgess for MacIssac has chowder.
Oh, well, so you probably missed me holding my mic where I thanked
Smells.
Coach Burgess for Team MacIssac for bringing that chowder down next to our booth while we're on air. I tried to do it non-publicly, but you just made it public, Selena. So just for the record, I didn't make it public, but you did.
You told me about it, and then I smelled it.
Well, I just said there was an aura around us that was really good.
I'm going to have to get some afterwards with my oysters.
Hopefully there's some left.
Oh.
If
All
Coach
right.
Burgess doesn't eat it all on us.
Kalen's throwing. He can see a piece of that yellow.
You can see just a slither of it.
Easy.
And again, it could have got to this on either side of the rock, I think. Just really depends where he wants to leave that shooter.
Yes. Girl.
They're saying soft. This looks good. They're going to make good contact. I
Yeah.
almost got to the nose.
It's a great shot. Leaves the
Oh,
shooter in.
issue.
Yeah. Sitting 3. Gotta make it hard for Champ now.
It's so tough now. They
Heard the grunt.
the sweepers. Or from Alex, you mean?
Yeah.
This
There
is
was a grunt.
Yeah.
There was a grunt.
Could have been.
Really like the weight
Xander,
they threw
too.
there to make sure that the shooter stuck around.
Yeah.
To put that in play. Now they're sitting 3, and really the force is on here for sure.
No matter where Alex puts this, there's going to be a red raise or something to get at it.
Yep.
Like I've been giving kind of there for corners.
It's a guess for line, too.
Hmm.
There is a lot of movement across the center line, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at the ice. As long as he doesn't set it out.
Great to hear the communication, front end, giving that feedback, watching the shots and timing.
I can see the chowder in the screen.
I know, the chatter is in the screen.
I should have come early and got
Thanks,
some.
Coach. Thanks, Coach.
There's awesome food up in the kitchen if you're local.
If only we could purvey the smell through the microphones of how good it is.
We've tried. We've tried our hardest. Let's see if Alex can get
See
this
how
one
this stone comes down?
into the 8 foot. I think he needs full 8 to
They're
be
just
shot.
around that outside guard, so in, and now they need the stone to stop.
Wow. Wow. That kept moving.
Yep.
What would you do, Rob? You can freeze. They can follow the path or just play a little run there. It's a good shot from Alex.
I mean, really is. I like the run.
I think
Because
they've
you
played
don't
enough
care.
hits.
Because even when your shooter hits, there's a good chance it rolls still in the rings, and you're still going to be sitting 3, even if you lose the run shot. But looks like they're looking at the freeze here.
This is pretty
I would ask
similar.
the coach what he would be telling his team right now, but he's too busy eating chowder to get the inside knowledge.
No, he's still tracking Rob.
There
multitask.
seems to be some insinuation that what I had originally said, which was the run, knowing that the shot could roll out, might be the choice. But looks like MacIssac's going to run for the freeze here.
Yeah, it's Amelie's choice.
What would you do here, Selena?
That was a run. You put a lot of pressure on him, but I
Yeah.
don't mind this either.
I feel the same.
Yeah. They should just listen to the team.
I know what Calan's saying. He's right. There's more margin for error.
There is more margin for error.
Your team hasn't played this shot, and they've played a number of hits on the other side.
But the run is still a fairly straight hit. Even if it's a straight nose hit, they still catch it. And it's a force is done. We'll see here. MacIssac on launch shot, looking to freeze.
Looking for T-line weight just to best that yellow stone.
Yeah.
Maybe even bite the 4 foot.
Yeah, now at this point, just has to outcount that yellow.
It's moving. Can Owen get it by?
Looks. They got it
Oh,
through.
wow, he did. Oh, what a sweep
shot.
and a
Nice
great
shot.
Just how Greg drew it up.
Can you do anything to get a second point there? I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think there's a way to 2 here.
I think 1's even hard too, Rob. Like you got to throw draw weight to get through the port.
Well,
and
they
then you're
got to get
almost
through the
over
port
curling.
and hold into that edge of the 4, and I don't know that we saw a draw go that way this whole end.
A little more ice here. It was always the right side guard that's been in the way.
Mine is Purcell and Greg's.
Front end wondering if their second shot. They are. Just barely second shot that yellow at the back. 8.
So going for a tight draw, freeze down to that red stone of MacIssac that they just threw in there, and this is a tough one.
Yeah, for the single. Let's see.
Sweepers indicating early might be a little heavy,
It's moving already, though.
but
He
now
took
it's
more
moving.
ice.
Yeah,
Got to get by the guard.
by the guard. I think they're by it. So now they just got to hit this red and flop in.
There they
and
go. Great team shot.
Wow, that was a huge team effort. Salvages a 1. Tied up going into the 6th.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
Well, they managed it well, whatever the release was. I didn't notice anything with the
They worked it out. They worked it out.
Just didn't like it. So, tie game, 2 apiece.
Close game.
MacIssac has hammer. I have to switch that. There we go. And we'll take this time as Team Champ gets us going with lead stones here in the 6th. We want to thank our presenting sponsors, of course. For the men's tournament, it's Steel Subaru. For the women's tournament, it's Neon Train. Our partner sponsors are the Curling Store, Crombie Reet, Scotia Square, Murphy Hospitality Group, and PEI Brewing Company. And our supporting sponsors are Stanhope Simpson Insurance, conveniently right on our screen, along with Neon Train, and Stu Sells Realty.
Thanks to all the sponsors. Without their help, these events don't happen, and I'm a little biased, I guess, as a sponsor, that happy to contribute to this event, but super appreciative that other companies, local and near, step up to help make this event happen.
Both teams here, we talked about Calan being the only one on his team able to try the PEI Brewing
Gahan
Company.
patch.
Go
to the Gahan patch.
The products that are available, and everybody's excited to try them all. But do you have a favorite? They have a list here. There's the Colliding Tides line, which is newer, and everybody really enjoys. I like those.
Yeah, I mean, they're all really good. And Gahan and the PEI Brewing Company, they've been part of this event from basically year 1, 7 years ago, the original. So do a sampler. That's my recommendation, is go up there and ask for a sampler. They have little sample glasses. You can do small 4 or 5 ounce glasses. Try that one out.
I need this one to sit down. Those guards are both really high.
I didn't know you were a bartender.
Both the center guard that was thrown from Team Champ up front and off center, and the corner is real high. It's almost tough to...
They're really high guards, like super high. Both teams playing very reserved, very cautious. Kind of interesting. You love the excitement of high-scoring games, but now being into the 6th, low scoring, you just wonder which one's going to snap under pressure. Which one's going to blink?
Yeah, it's the excitement of high scores and also the intense
aspect of low.
Pressure of low-scoring games, because one bad end can cook you.
Yep. So it's going to get around this guard with no issue, and they wanted to stay outside to have the double guard set up, which I don't think we've seen this end. Have we seen this game at all?
We haven't, but I agree with the call.
Yeah.
If the guard's so high, I think you got to have a second one.
And nicely lined up there. Very nicely lined up. Champ now looking to come around their guard up the top. Looking for a draw into that top 4, full 8, top 4 kind of area. Hear the sweepers calling out where they think it's going to be, which is really important.
You do that, right?
I do. Oh, I do. Absolutely.
You never just
That's actually the funnest part about playing front end, is really like honing in on where you think that rock's going to be and end up, and giving that feedback to your skip. I enjoy that part a lot, actually.
I'm a firm believer that is one thing any new curler should start doing so early on. Is just call out the weights, and you're going to be wrong, and that's fine. You're always going to be wrong. You're never going to be perfect. But you become a much better curler as long as you're paying attention to that and watching what the rocks do.
Well, it's the difference between being kind of engaged or actively engaged. And if you're watching it that closely, you're actively engaged, and gives your skip an opportunity to make a plan B call if it needs to be done sooner than later, not, past the hog line. If the plan B can be called outside of the hog line, then, you have a better chance of having a reasonable outcome. So, yeah, no, that's a fun part of the game.
Oh, it's an interesting result. I think they were looking for more weight from Owen. Yellow.
Yeah, like behind the red. Yeah.
I think 1-2 at the back. I think Calan's not going to love that high center guard for much longer.
No, I don't think so at all.
But for now, Sean Harrison, he'll throw another draw.
Yep. Line's good.
Sean's a thrower that follows his rock. He doesn't stay down. Sometimes people will stay down near the hog
Stay down
line.
and watch, yep.
He's a follower. Oh, this looks nice.
It's going to come in around and just be slightly behind T. Probably would have liked that to have been just ahead of T floating in around there, but great shot. And not too deep that now still forces MacIssac to want to come out and clean up the front of the house.
Yeah, I don't think they have much choice here. Not a lot of good can happen if this rock stays in play.
No.
Yep. Hard.
Need to roll the shooter.
Roll over. Doesn't
Just
get
got
the
under.
other one.
Stick around. Nose is fine.
This looks a lot more friendly for the team with Hammer now.
Yep. Going to see Champ call to put that guard back up. They're happy with their stone sitting there on the tee line.
How hard is the perfect guard?
For this one,
I give them a good chance at making it, but
I mean, I think 3 high 2 is probably where they want to be. The draw is probably still there, but it's a tough one.
Line's okay. Sander, yep. Sander's rock.
Team Champ would really like to steal this end too, right? Sixth end, and they're tied. They don't have Hammer.
Interesting they came this turn. Do you think? Would you have went this turn, or is is Champ playing to his thrower there?
No, I think that's how they've been playing, like
Yep.
the draw and everything, and they
Yep.
know the ice. I actually wouldn't know where to put the broom coming the other direction.
Inside out.
Like across the center line.
Would you ever use that as a chance to test inside out at this point in the game?
No.
No. You want that guard specific enough that you're not playing games at that point.
Yeah, I just think, especially in this case where you're shot and you really, there's a decently short raise
Yep.
to sit nicely for MacIssac.
Easy half, back line.
But that one's so high.
I think that guard ended up higher than they wanted.
Yeah. Halfway would have been much better.
Yep.
We're probably going to see this path now, though.
Well, now that I bring it up.
This is a bit of a trial. But as long as Nathan's not throwing anything like super heavy, there's a lot of ways that this can be okay. Like even if he splits on the red.
the miss is not, as long as the weight's right, the miss is not catastrophic at this point. Was still 3 and 4 stones left.
Looks like they've tried to play back line. Now switching, playing the come around. They don't think they're going to hit it on the nose. That's too bad.
Yeah.
And I thought they were just calling back line. Calan lost his broom head there. But didn't hit it enough to do anything significant. They would have liked to either hit that more or not at all.
Right, top 8.
That's always the case, when you try and change the shot in the middle and then you end up not making either. So another come around. They're trying to put this in the rings, I think.
I think they're going to come down around, try to hang out maybe top 12.
Yeah, even overlap the red a little bit would be good.
Yeah.
Whoa, line, whoa.
T.
Whoa.
Top 8, top 8. Coming up.
Line's okay. Curl.
Well, to it.
I think I said top 12, didn't I?
Yeah, 3.
That would be good.
I just wish I could say what I say here and make it happen when I'm on the ice myself. But thanks everyone for viewing. We've got some viewers online. I always love to hear where people are watching from. So if you're watching this game, MacIssac Champ online, put it up in the chat where you're watching from. Be great to hear from you.
Yep. I'll give this to you guys.
I think all the
Also-
people locally watching aren't saying anything.
Well,
They don't
of
want
course
us
they're
to
not.
know.
They don't want us to know they're from Halifax. That's fine.
It's okay.
But if they're in Halifax and they're
won't
thinking
judge.
about coming down for the night, it is free. Remember we talked about that earlier? Free.
Free.
Oysters, courtesy of the Murphy Hospitality Group, are going to be served from 6 to 8.
That's now.
That's now. You got an hour and a half to come down here. Probably an hour realistically. If people are gonna sell that out. It's gonna be done. Come down, and then we've got entertainment starting at 8:30. Lots of bar specials on tap from Gahan and Colliding Tides all night, and admission is free. As we watch Team MacIssac and Champ here in the 6th end. Tight game,
Came up
2-2.
a little light there.
Little light on that, and
A lot light maybe is the better.
all right, I was trying to be fair. I was trying not to be too judgmental. But
heavy
lots of
on the-
stones in play right now.
Yeah. You
Champ
kinda
is
gotta,
currently shot stone.
you almost got to play weight to get in there, but Team Champ doesn't want to.
The weight they need to get in there, like hack board weight, perfectly placed, will stick around, but otherwise can also very easily spin out and end up being backing for the other team.
Yeah, I've been looking at this lineup since it ended that way. The red, I think, clears. If you hit the yellow, the red clears the situation in the forefoot.
Right. Another need for the teleprompter that we don't have to show what that means.
Yeah, I should drag a little bit, I would think. They're pretty close together, but I'm not out on the sheet and the team's wondering, so I'm going to
Do they have a
defer to
nose?
them.
Do they have the nose hit on there on yellow? I think that red crosses in top of that yellow on the 4 if they hit it right.
I thought so.
That's what they're doing. We'll find out.
They know that Calan's still going to play in the other direction and saying, well, then we'll have that same short
Yeah,
run
for
on
sure.
our own.
So we hit it on the angle it's on. It should miss it, but just in case it does flip it, to make sure it keeps scooting out of the 8-foot.
So that's heads up to the sweepers. Stay with it.
Keep a broom down.
That's another good thing for new curlers. We're just
Keep the
gonna
broom down.
turn
Yep.
into tips for new curlers,
Yep.
but they're doing a great job here. Talk it through and follow the rocks.
High five.
All right, Alex Champ first to skips rocks here in the 6th.
Clean.
If he makes this, he'll sit 4.
Yes. Hard.
And we've got the hit one and just passes over. Nice shot.
5 if we get a spin. Nope.
No, 4. Sitting 4.
Now the tough draw path. Calan's going to need to get into the T-line area.
Which we haven't seen a lot of.
No.
Not this end, or actually not even this game a lot of on this side, so.
I think we're still similar speed. Yeah. We'll keep a broom down on this.
Hello.
They don't give us a whole lot of time in these quick messages. I
That's
it's 30 seconds, I think, so like 3 seconds.
The steel Subaru one's short.
Big shot here, facing 4.
Rob, that's like 45 seconds of him just looking out over the harbor. Rob and Selena over there on sheet 2.
Real close.
All right, big shot facing 4.
Weight's good.
Believe it or not, if you can make this, the deuce is still in
It's
play.
hanging out there though. It's they're calling for the curl. It's really hanging out there, and it's gonna tap on that guard out top and just flop in. It just didn't move. It hung out there.
Yeah, just a little straight, that extra space for the lighter weight. The weight looked really nice. Ticked it and shooter rolled over.
I think the weight was probably still back T-line. I think it was maybe back 4. If I had to guess, looking at it from multiple angles of a TV screen in the ice.
And as an expert second stone.
As an up-and-coming second on a team, trying every week. Just seemed that maybe it's just a little heavy. I don't know if the line call was there. I think it was just a little heavy.
Yeah. Kevin just saying that, but.
My colleague over there on sheet 8 tonight, Alan, we talk a lot about the pro miss versus the us or the us miss. So the pro miss is like, if you're gonna miss, which way do you want to miss? Versus how we normally miss is like, well, we just miss bad. What would have been the miss there for you, Selena?
He had to, for Calan, he had to make the port. He had to, I think, heavy. You've still got to rock maybe second stone at the back. So, but it was just a line issue. I think they just took too much broom, and I don't even know if there's anything he could do there. That little bit of extra weight maybe held it straight. Tough way to learn that.
Yeah.
So Alex is just going to plug things up in the top of the house.
As long as his
Maybe in the post-game debrief, we'll ask the coach what the coach would have done there. But
well, it seems like Alex is noticing. They talked to MacIssac's team talked about Calan's release before, and he definitely has a nice pop release. He gets it spinning, and so Alex just saying mine's not going to run as much as his. Maybe because this is lighter, but also because he has a slightly softer release. Because this is a lot more. This is more ice.
Which Kevin Flang would know, be used to knowing.
Yeah. So this is a draw to sit 5. I think they'd be happy top 8 to top 4.
Yeah. The miss is light here.
Yes.
Not heavy.
Great point.
Miss light.
Great point. That's the easy one.
there's the easy out right there. Miss is light, not heavy.
line's good. Whoa.
It sounds like they're pretty happy with it out of his hand.
Line's good.
Still hanging out there a little bit. Is it going to get past? It's going to duck down under there. Really cutting in now. As that weight comes off, it really cutting in. It's going to be top 4. Yeah.
All right. Is there an in? Is there a path? I don't know if you can get in with that draw.
It is really, really, really tight.
Look at this. Look at this.
It almost has to be like a nudge of the top 4 with like a roll off. If that's even a thing.
He's looking at the in off. There's not a great angle in there. You have to play too much weight to score if you're taking that out-turn path. This is pretty flat. Chris's face says,
I don't see how we're not getting it, to be honest.
That's tough. Double tap on the Reds.
Ask the chat here, what would you do? I'm just going to look at the coach and say, what would he do?
Draw, give up 2.
Draw, give up 2. We heard on the ice that they said don't see any way that we're not giving up 2, which does kind of match that. So now it's about cutting down the loss at this point. How do we cut the loss?
You can try and get a little rub. I don't like throwing it for the rub though. You're ever a little happy to buy, you're dead.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's really not anything well positioned for a run back either. Unfortunately, the way the angles are.
I don't like playing the ton of weight because
No.
they're saying if you go by, but what if you like just tick the top one and you've thrown back line?
Then you're giving up 5.
5, yeah.
So got to get in there and cut it down.
It's essentially the same shot.
This is a big point in the game, though. 6th end, tied. Been very conservative game. Both teams playing really well. Giving up more than 2 or 3 here could really push this game to a different outcome, eh?
Oh, totally. And the mental,
Yeah.
you're throwing to give up a steal of 2. It doesn't feel great. It won't feel great when you give up the steal of 2.
No.
Even if you make the perfect shot here. But he's got to make it.
MacIssac, last of the 6th.
Little less.
Not quite out as far as his first for Calan.
No. I don't think that's... It's going to cut down. I don't think that's going to catch any of those guards. It's going to come down. Question is, how close between those 2 yellows can he get? Needs a little bit of weight there. Just, can he get a tick off of this?
It's about as good as he can do, I think.
That's, yeah.
4-2.
Steal 2. Team champ 4-2 over MacIssac into the 7th. And we'll call that a dramatic end.
It's the best you could have done.
But
Enjoy fall to the fullest with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
We'll give everybody their rocks back.
Wow, shoot, one we got a shot.
Team MacIssac planning their end. Let's get 3. Or blank and get 3 in the next. There's all kinds of options.
But if somehow it's a blank, it's better than them.
So their alternatives are, do we go hard for a steal?
Line's good.
And then you'd have to steal in the 8th and steal in an extra, or try and steal 2. Forced to 1, you'd be down 3 with hammer. Or sorry, you have hammer, so you don't want to give up a point. They're talking about trying to score 2, then you'd have to steal on the final end. I think they're looking at best case probably getting 2 and then trying to steal in the final end. And we have some score updates on the other sheets if you're not following along.
Little big.
Switching feeds in the Smith-Purcell game. They're playing the 7th, but they haven't posted the 6th. The score is, as of the end of the 5th, it was Purcell leading 3-2 with hammer. And that is a must-win. Smith's not in playoff contention, but they're trying to play spoiler on Purcell, who up until before this draw had the best last stone draw. It's a must-win for Purcell. Can't go to 2 losses. And then in the other must-win game, Thompson Shoe's at 2 losses and out of playoff contention.
Hey, go ahead. Line's good.
But Thompson is at 1 loss, and so it's a must-win. And they had before the draw, they had the 2nd best last stone draw. And that game, they're playing 7, and it's tied 4-4. Thompson with hammer.
Good.
Okay. Well, Jen just said this because Ella, you lose 3, you go second. They played a boys team.
And lots of stones in play as well.
Who are you cheering for in that Thompson game, Selena?
So like a little less.
It's really hard to choose. I don't know. big fan of Team Shoes jerseys, actually. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'll switch allegiances.
Nice, colorful.
I'll go against family values and cheer for the out-of-towners.
I feel like that's like reverse peer pressure. I don't know what that is, but glad you're joining us here on Sheet 2 at the Halifax Curling Club. Stu Sell's 1824 Halifax Classic. Men's sponsor brought to you by Steel Subaru. Our women's event brought to you by Neon Train, and lots of great activities going on here tonight. Free admission. We've got music, entertainment, food, beverages if you wish. 948 South Bland Street here in Halifax, and Team MacIssac just gave up a steal of 2 to Team Champ in what's been a really close game as we move into the 7th end, and we see already Team Champ a couple stones in the house and about to put a center guard up.
Hard, Xander. Gotta go.
And Team
loaded.
MacIssac has put up the 2 corner guards, so
Keep going.
yes, some might say a very traditional strategy for the 7th in this case, but placement is important at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, Team Champ, trying to load up the center line.
Find the hit and roll off.
Sanders' first one went deep, so they kind of had to put the second one in the top 4 foot
Yeah.
and follow it up, knowing that they'd probably see 2 corner guards from Team MacIssac. But that guard from Sean just not quite making the center line.
I like it if you'd rather.
I don't mind the come around.
Is it on it enough to not be ticked?
Well, guess what? We're 5 rocks in.
Oh, right, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You can
They
peel
can
it
do
if you
they
want.
Is that yellow's going to squirt out the other way?
Yeah. They're talking about, because it's accessible, do they try the hit and roll or just
Right.
play the straight
Right.
draw behind one of the corners? So they're going for the draw. It's easier, theoretically, it's easier to get behind a corner by not having to hit and roll to get there.
Right.
Back 8. Back 12.
Ooh, sounds heavy.
It's coming off. It's coming off a lot.
That's a real spinner.
Still
Yep.
big. Line only.
You can tell they don't want to
Can't
sweep
touch that one. Nope. Oh, stick around, catch some paint.
Yeah, ideally that was 4 feet higher.
Also very visible from the outside, though, if Champ wants to remove it and just get rid of it.
As long as Champ is not loading up that center line with anything else, I think Team MacIssac's got something to work with.
Don't mind that at all, because you can't freeze to it.
10. Hair strong.
Whoa. Curl. Hard.
Risk of flashing it here, and
Hard.
will they catch it? They just catch it at the last
Just.
second. A little bit of panic on the voice there if trying to get that sweeper to push it down, and they do.
Just a few feet less.
And we'll see MacIssac call for the same shot as before, and hoping that the shooter's just not quite as heavy as they were.
Yeah, Owen's draw was quite close to the guard, so
Waist
I
better.
wonder if
It's a tight point there. It's
yeah.
it's not a gimme. And this one definitely seems to be a little less. They call the sweepers on.
This looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Help. Hard knife. Hard. Gotta go.
Now that they're past that guard, they want to go for weight, make sure it's there.
Straight up.
And they'll get it in there just ahead of the T-line, and nicely buried, very nicely buried under that guard.
Yeah, I don't think there's any choice but the run.
No, now they're calling for...
Watch the redirect if the run's played across the face, so I think Alex is saying just play the straight peel.
Yeah.
You want to get deep enough so there's no double on the rings, on the yellows.
You never want to try to remove the stone in the rings and end up just planting it and removing one of your own.
Calling for a sweep right over the hand, on off, as we often hear. 1, 2, makes them both.
Made it.
What a nice shot. Really
Look
nice
where the
shot.
shooter rolled. The draw's not there on that side
No.
anymore.
Roll under, I think you almost have to roll under the center. I don't think you need to throw hack.
MacIssac's now kind of standing there wondering, where do we go?
Not like that.
The wide draw.
Do
I
we
think
try to
is
do
tough.
the...
Just tap back.
You're just the latest to
Back east.
pick on some of this curve.
Caitlin doesn't like any of the options.
I mean, the tap is there; they can get in behind it, but then obviously Champ has the run back opportunity. There's not there's really not a lot of place to go for cover right now.
Yeah, like they can play the come around. I actually really like the tap. I think you got to start using the other team's rocks.
The freeze might not be bad. Actually, they just said I don't mind freezing.
Yeah.
Freeze to that just a little bit on the inside of the center line. Makes the run back hard because that stone become a catcher.
I think if you're playing the tap, Champs. Yeah, they're rolling under, but can you get to the nose of it, like, and not allow them to roll under? They don't really want to play the hit and roll behind the corner because your stone will be behind the tee.
What else is there? I mean,
Do you just freeze?
put that like there, you roll here. Then,
Let's say Craig left you for Teresa.
I mean, then you'll have some rocks in play at least.
Yeah.
I mean, we push that back, they rip this.
I said probably.
It's hard. There's no like foolproof
No.
shot.
And I think if they go to that outside 8, they're just leaving themselves too exposed. They need to get some red in there with some kind of backing.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Try and get a bite of the 4.
There's no great situation. You can see Caitlin's frustration is,
I think this is good.
none of these things are perfectly ideal, but you got to do something.
You think it's going to be any slower?
You got to hope that the other team makes a slight error and just try and put your rock in the best position possible.
Yeah.
That's like the same as my
Where's the count? It's really hard for me to sell.
Mine's good.
I have them.
Hard line.
This is a wider path. They got to get around a wide guard,
Room.
but it's hanging nice and straight. It'll take the curl eventually.
Curl if you can.
Looks
It's hanging out there, though. It's going to be deeper than they want.
I think they wanted to go deep, though. They got to make room to. It stopped in time. I was thinking they had to make room to get that yellow if it was going to go deep. So the run's there. Kevin Flewelling, his last here in the 7th end. Hard early. Oh.
Just going to miss it.
Shooter rolled.
Into the center there.
I think, yeah, for Team MacIssac, they're playing around the center now.
Definitely took away their Champ's ability to have a run back on that center guard. So now the way it's staggered, yeah. Opportunity. Which side do you go?
I like what Caitlin's thinking, like protect your
Okay.
protect your shot by coming around the guards and then having that tap later.
Right.
You have to assume that Champ would hit the open one and then you'd have the tap. So Nathan's suggesting, why don't we play the tap now? And Caitlin's worried about the
I
jam.
don't even mind being half open. Just half in the 4. If you're ever like Christmas tree in those, it's pretty good, eh? Yeah. Because if they hit it, they're always going into it.
And then they have backing on their own red as a catcher.
Yeah. They got there. I think this is a nice result if they can make it.
There's a lot of yellow going on at the same time.
MacIssac really needs 2 here in this end, so.
Yeah, we were talking through the options earlier. You don't want to give up a steal and be down 3.
No.
Blanks, I don't think a blank's happening at this point. The score 1's not ideal.
Line's good. Line's good.
Oh, this looks nice.
Hard.
Gotta get it in, at least the 8 foot.
Hard, you got it. Oh.
Just a
That's good.
Buried.
bit lighter than I think they wanted, though. But that shot start of Champ is still open.
Nose isn't the worst. I think if we're rolling, we kind of want to roll like all the way in front of this.
There's a couple thoughts for Champ. They're not necessarily, they'd love to force, of course.
Yep.
But realizing that they could give up a deuce, but a deuce is okay. They'd be tied with hammer. So eliminate the potential 3rd point, right?
Right.
Don't play anything too complicated.
First will be on the plane now. So that took about 45 minutes.
10.
So just hitting this on the nose, it'll outcount, I think it'll outcount the top red, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah.
That's not a good spot. Let's set up
Yeah, the other 2 after that, not quite sure though.
Oh, we have a tie game in the Smith Purcell after what looks like, oh, is it a tie? I might be missing
I
a
can't
6
see
cent
from
score.
my locale, so.
Oh, no, it was a blank.
Blank.
So the Purcell blanked the 6th, and then Smith stole one in the 7th to tie it up at 3 apiece.
Hard, Xander!
Ooh.
This rock just staying out a little bit, floating out, but will make the hit and sticks around.
I think it just outcounts the top red.
It does.
And another update.
And I think the one at the top and the top of the 8 and bottom of the 8 are still pretty close.
Yes, they are. I think you got to get at the one,
Do that, you're never hitting that yellow.
the shot stone, though.
Yeah.
I was just noticing an update on the Thompson shoe game. Thompson took 2 in the 7th, so they're up by 2, 6-4. And we're getting close to the end there on skip stones, I think.
Yeah.
Or 1 away.
It was a big 2 for Thompson over there.
What happens if we...
Close game over there as well.
I can't see the angle. If they pick it, does it jam?
They're 1-2, yeah. So they're playing the hit. I still kind of like hitting the shot stone. I guess Calan's talking about rolling big and leaving space to remove that yellow. So rolling over.
I do think there is a hit there on the shot stone.
Oh, there is, yeah.
And flop in on that center line.
Ooh, I don't know if you can flop in.
You don't think?
That'd be tough. Really tough.
In the hack, I see 7/8 of it.
With a tight
Not
guard.
saying I couldn't make it. But
Real big. Yep, yes.
Got to stick around. They want to roll, but not too far.
Gotta go. Hard.
I think they're playing hard to hit it at this point. Can they jam?
bam.
That
Jams in
works.
the back. Couple red stones now, and Champ, last one, has to
Yeah.
really make this one
That should be enough.
good, because now definitely the need to hit that one of the top 4 and stick. As long as MacIssac sticks anywhere in paint, they would have it. So Champ now looking to go in behind for the button.
Once the line's good, just go to get it on it.
Full 8. The reason to take this back to the back one, of course, is if you leave it any higher, you could leave a double on the 2 yellows.
Right.
Because as Rob just pointed out, you can see most of that yellow, so
Yep.
you have a lot of options for angles. Alex Champ's last shot needs a freeze to the back, 8 foot.
Waist close. Line's good.
Only gets rid of one of them.
I even think back 4 here is not horrible.
Whoa.
Looks like it's running though.
It is.
A little heavy. Could be through. It's going to end up in the back 8. So 1, 2.
Well, I think he's playing the double. Do you play it with weight over the top and get those? Yeah. That one.
Yeah, that one. What you just said. They can't hear us, can they?
All day.
You just called it.
I do not think that's there.
I still think it's a tight double, though.
But would you play that, Rob? Like you can see.
Again, back to my. There's an. Out of the hack, they can see maybe a quarter of that top stone.
You mean 3/4?
A quarter, half to a quarter. Half.
You told me you could see 3/4 before.
There was people in the middle.
Okay. I think it's over the top though. Like if you
it's there. You lose your shooter, you'll get 2, but the double, the jam is still a very real possibility here on those angles. She just said if you ever stick it.
Yeah. I think the other call would be just disaster. So
he's got to make both though. This is not a half. This is a.
Yeah. Big weight.
Yep.
Let's see. Down 2. Double for 2.
Smooth. Whoa, girl. Mike.
Sheet 4, just a quick update.
I think it's a little bit out, trying to curl it in.
It's close.
What a shot. Wow, what a shot.
Much needed for
just like
Team
that,
MacIssac.
MacIssac takes 2. Up 6-4 going into the 8th against Team Champ. Whew.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
Whew, the excitement.
Wow.
That was a great shot.
That had to be perfect, and they made it perfect.
Smooth. You heard the sweepers call smooth weight on that. I didn't put a stopwatch on it, but I'm curious. It reminds me of all the easies and the.
Yep.
Smooth sounds like a firm to peel kind of weight to me. So great job from Calan MacIssac. They didn't have a lot going for them that end, but
No, I think we're there.
some nice last shots and a little bit of a miss from Alex Champ. It's a tie game, Champ. Oh yeah, thanks Rob. Has hammer. I was just gonna fix that. Looked a little deceiving.
It's all good. All good. Teamwork makes the dream work. So Champ now with hammer in the 8th.
Drag further than I thought.
Testament to the good ice conditions we have of 8th end, and they're still able to drag a halfway to high guard all the way to a tight position.
What's the key to MacIssac stealing here, and what's the key for Champ to ensure their point with hammer?
My first thought, and it's just make all your shots.
Just make all your shots. If only it was that easy. Just make all your shots.
Just make your guard, and then make your other guard, and then make your freeze, and then the other team will make another freeze, and they both have to make shots. But nice first one there from Xander Elms. This team will really appreciate that. It's in a good position because it kind of blocks off, or it fully blocks off the path to the button. And for Team MacIssac, they need this free guard zone. So Chris McCurdy, he's got to make another guard here. Puts his game on for both teams. This is an ideal setup.
Yep.
Weight's good. You go a bit. Girl. Nice. That's nice. Easy though. Easy. No.
Just over and not going to catch the center line, so...
Is Alex going to call a tick? We keep talking about the no tick rule,
I know.
and I find since the rules come about, I
There's
think
less ticks.
they're not practicing and not including it as much when you would have seen that before. Partly because you can't tick the second one there, so you already have a center guard, even if you make a tick now.
And is it worth wasting a stone on taking that top one? At this point, probably not.
Easy.
They have an open path in to come freeze in.
Line's good.
Yeah, I think if the first stone had been not on the center line, we might have seen it.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Hard. Yeah, hard.
This looks nice if they can get it by.
Hard. Yep, keep going.
Oh, wow.
What a shot.
Very nice. Okay, so we're basically 4 for 4 here, and I don't give anybody credit for taking their shots. There we go. Team MacIssac, you got to get one in there.
Corner freeze. Full 4 where? No, are they full 4? They're half. Do you just corner freeze it? Do you just like the corner freeze? On the back one? Here? Yeah?
The reason they're talking about corner freezing the back one and not the top one, their shooter would be in the top 8, almost into the top 12 if they freeze the top one, and knowing that they're going to probably be tapping, it's probably not going to be good enough for the steal to be that high in the rings. So you play this corner freeze so that when it's promoted, it should be in the 4 foot.
Real close, a little strong. Gotta go for weight. Weight's real good. Easy. Final lead. Top 8. No bounce, no bounce. Little bounce, baby. No bounce. No bounce.
It's close.
Nice shot coming in. Just
Very
comes
nice.
in. Yep.
No question from Team Champ. They cannot
Clear
touch
the front.
anything in the rings.
No.
Sean Harrison.
Yep. Yes. Oh.
So they were trying to hit this high side and cross the
It's
face.
coming down
but
low. They're just going to be able to clear the top one out, and that's it.
Sean came out a little tight on that one. So Team MacIssac, I think you got to preserve the guard for a bit.
Yeah. You just said at least 2 more.
No idea.
It's so early to be playing in the rings.
Yeah.
At least.
You know that Champ's going to have a run at the double if they can, the double
Yeah.
deal.
I would go to extra.
Hear them say, make sure you're high. The miss is light, not heavy.
So that means throw a hogged rock and get
Yeah,
the
basically hog and leave it with your sweepers. Make sure they get it there.
What was that?
halfway is heavy.
Straight off. Chris. Just
Yeah, just keep in it. Your charge. You can win the extra $200
Well, it turned out pretty nicely.
Still good speed there.
Automatically, Champ goes up to call for the takeout here.
Whoa.
Sean got that one out a little bit, maybe overcompensating. Gonna hit this one high.
Makes it go away.
As we're getting toward the end of our 8th end, and it's a tie game, so probably not going to see an extra. I want to once again thank our presenting sponsor for the men's event, Steel Subaru, as well as our presenting sponsor for the women's event, Neon Train. And when you go get your gripper for the season, you should shop at our partner sponsor store, the Calan store. And also support Scotia Square.
Don't leave debris on the ice.
We want to thank Crombie Reet. And you've heard about the treats that we're going to enjoy upstairs at the club from Murphy Hospitality Group as well as PEI Brewing Company. And we also want to throw out a big thanks to our supporting sponsors, Stanhope Simpson Insurance and Stu Sells Realty. And all the volunteers and staff at the curling club here, Halifax Curling Club, for putting this wonderful event on.
We see another guard from Team MacIssac just trying to throw a bunch of red stones up there as they attempt to steal this end for the win, and Champ with hammer trying to keep things clean and get their one and get out of here.
It's probably their best chance at the double peel here, Rob. These are pretty close together.
Lined up nicely, yep.
Girl!
One just gets the one. Really close to that second one, but didn't quite hit it.
We could go right around. Back four.
Thinking of putting one in and
It's okay.
trying to get in there now. Put pressure on Champ.
Two ways you can go.
The out.
They're talking about the out turn.
Wonderful. Let's play the out.
So you hear Calan explaining why they're not going to go with the in turn,
Right.
because the yellow will go straight into it.
Yeah, you can't. Don't want to bury the whole thing. Just very happy.
They're very happy.
You got that yellow one in your line of sight.
Although I think the red-yellow might go into this. But beggars can't be choosers when you're trying to steal in the last end.
Close line.
Sweepers can wait for it. Looks like it might be a little hot.
Close line. No. Yes. Yep. Yes. Yep. Hard.
Will they get that by?
Oh.
No, that really came off.
Interesting there.
Really came off.
There was a call to put the sweepers on, and they were a little reluctant, thinking that it was okay, and they didn't get on, and then that stone overcurled and topped that top yellow.
Yeah, they were
Like
trying. Like I know Calan was trying to let it curl and take the weight off, but obviously it was a little lighter than they were calling.
Yeah.
And did it itself.
13, I think.
Pretty good. Dandy's shot. That's pretty darn good. That is a really good shot by Greg Smith. I don't think he could have placed it any better.
So Kevin kind of has to hit this.
No, he throws the shot. He just threw the draw.
Basically, effectively trying to put a wall in front of the 4 foot. And remember, Team Champ is shot right now in the top 4.
Yeah.
So they're happy if nothing happens.
Yep.
And 5.
Yep. Yes.
London.
Hard.
Just looking to cleanly remove this stone.
Yes. Keep going. Hard.
Sweeper's been on it the whole time.
Hard.
They're around that guard, and they've made it nice.
Ooh, that was quite the sweep. That was
But they needed that sweeper.
tight all day.
Yep.
Good job, Sean.
Makes the draw to the
So
they're in the playoffs.
they're talking about the intern
Does it?
draw, saying have to make it, knowing that Alex would play that tap. I'm just trying to think if you would ever play a tap on your like on this one and then play the draw on the next one.
Now that Champ stone that was just thrown by Flang is really lined up nicely, that if they happen to sink one in that button, Team Champ has a couple options for runbacks now.
He's got to run it, doesn't he? I can't see the angles,
I just think that top 4 foot yellow is really the problem stone, right? Because it can be run on. Rob, you're talking about a run back?
Is it there?
Looks like a
Yeah, you still keep one yellow.
You keep one yellow, but you get rid of 2.
If you ever hit it not on the perfect angle, you lose your guard.
You lose yours, for sure.
Field is set for the playoffs. Join us here.
Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
We're looking at sheet 8. I'm pretty sure Purcell just took that with a draw to the 4-foot over Smith.
Judging by the looks on their faces, I do think Purcell won.
I like same as you.
It's hard to tell.
Maybe not. Greg Smith is always smiling, so it's really hard to tell if he won or lost. Greg Smith, I think, has been here, I want to say, every year of this event so far.
I think so.
If not, maybe missed one, but I don't think so. I think he's been here every year, so great to see Greg from Newfoundland and Labrador come in.
All right, Calan's playing the draw, the intern draw, the one he didn't like last time.
Yep, nope.
Didn't have too much of a choice now. Even if this wrecks on the red, they're sweeping for weight and
It's
line.
hanging out there, but it's coming down. It's
chips.
coming down now.
Oh, looks good.
We're gonna get it around, and now just let it off. Nice shot.
Very
Holds.
nice.
And now they're shot.
They wanted
Couple
to leave
options
that
for Champ to get that out, though.
a little higher.
Just a little higher, yeah. I think they want that a little tighter in. Which way does Champ take this out now, though, to preserve their chance for the win? Coming down to the last 2 stones.
Do you ever just play the run right now for Champ and then not have anything out front for your last?
Which run?
Red onto yellow. Red,
yellow.
yellow, red.
It could even be red, red, red there, actually.
Yep. Just anything off center to get your shooter out of the way. And then you'd
I'd have to think anything to open, just to open the wall. Just open the wall. To either give it a tap or a draw for something. Shaking it up at this point with this stone would be not bad. So looking at the red.
Yeah, they're lining
Let's
up the
get
red
2 of
red.
them out. Gives them a couple options on their last shot for the run backs on the ones on the top 4.
Even just having a tap for shot stone on the last would be good. I think Calan will probably guard if this isn't made perfectly. If Red's still shot after this, Calan has to play a guard, I think. This is a very interesting situation.
This is we're down to the wire. But again, this whole game has been down to the wire each end. Both teams playing very smart. First to 2 for Champ in the 8th end.
Firm weight run. Trying to hit this on the high side. Oh.
One catches their own yellow.
Pretty fortunate with how that ended up, but they didn't hit that, I don't think, exactly how they wanted. But
no, they didn't.
look where that yellow ended up.
They really wanted that red, but Champ now sitting 1-2.
You're essentially playing this as a draw to the tee line and let the sweepers kick that. About a half rock?
They've been down this way before and they know this ice, so there is a spot to get it in there.
Very similar weight to what Calan just threw.
Yep.
Need to bump it at all?
They do need to bump it a bit, just to the back of the button, so... Heavy T draw, just like back, not even back 4, full 4 draw. That would you be telling your team?
T-line at best. Yeah, let the sweepers do it. Even top 4, they can carry that several feet. Big shot after this. Calan MacIssac, Red Stones here, has to sit a single point.
Or the game's over.
Back 4-8. Right on. Back 4.
Looking good.
Right on.
They like it so far. Now calm for the sweep to get it around that top yellow. Will they get around it? And they just nudge it. And nice try, but
no need for Alex Champ to throw his last. They'll score 1 here for the win against MacIssac. MacIssac will drop to 1-3, Champ to 2-2, and that'll be the end of their tournaments. And for us, we didn't see the ends of the other games, so you have online.
Get online, check it out.
HalifaxCurl.com
or come to the club and check out the scoreboards.
And
we have them down here too.
Oysters now, Stompin' Tunes at 8:30. Come party with us.
Do it up. Free admission, no charge. Thanks to our sponsor for the men's event, Steel Subaru, presenting sponsor for women's, Neon Train, all of our partners, Curling Store, Crombie Reed, Scotia Square, Murphy Hospitality, PEI Brewing Company, and our supporting sponsors, the Stanhope Simpson Insurance and Stu Sells Realty. Thanks so much, folks. Back on the air again later this evening with more draws in the quarters at 8:15. Hope you'll join us. Talk soon. Cheers.
Nothing is as exquisite as the enchanting crimson and golden tapestry of fall. When revving your Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Fall for Subaru at your local Subaru dealer today.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.